Maybe the biggest thing that holding you back isn't a lack of ability, but the person you believe you are. During this video, I might get a little bit emotional because back then I just wish I had the person who would came to me and tell me and explain me all of the things that I'm gonna tell to you right now. You should pay much more attention to your internal dialogue. Think about the way you talk to yourself in your head when nobody's around. Not about the things that you say to other people. Not the version of you that you show online, but those thoughts that constantly exist in your head. Just think about them. I back then I used to have really negative mindset, and my head was just full of bad things about myself. And like for instance, I'm not good enough for that, I'm not good enough for this, I'm not smart enough, I'm not beautiful enough, blah blah blah. And the interesting thing that I never questioned those thoughts. I never questioned myself, like, why do I think that? Why do I even think that way? Who made me feel like that? Who made me think like that? I never questioned those thoughts. And if you tell yourself something often enough, eventually you stop thinking of it as an opinion. You start treating it as a fact. You start treating it like it's your identity, that those things and those words identify you as the person, but they are not the truth. And once something becomes a part of your identity, you naturally start behaving in a way that confirms it. For example, if you believe that you are not intelligent enough, you might not apply for the opportunities that could change your life. And that's not because you're incapable of it, but because somewhere in your head you believe that you're not like this person. That is not something for you. That is not meant for you. I read this quote somewhere in the books, and since then it's actually always on my mind, that you do not perceive the world as it is, you perceive it as you are. And I personally think that there is something very powerful about it, because look, two people can experience the exactly same situation but walk away with completely different perspective of it. Okay, let's imagine two people who are going to the party and they don't know anyone. And the first person will think, oh my god, what would I do? I might look stupid, I don't want to talk to anybody, everybody's looking at me, everybody's judging me. And another person walk into the very same room and their thoughts be like, okay, I don't know anybody's here, and let's see who I can talk to. Let's see who I can make friends with. And that difference changed everything. The situation is the same, but the perception of it is completely different. So your perception influences on your behavior creates an experience, and your experience reinforces your beliefs about yourself. It becomes a cycle. This is something that I've been thinking a lot lately. Listen, sometimes we will live according to an image of ourselves that was created years ago. For instance, I used to be a really shy kid, and even until now I have that thoughts in my mind that saying, I'm not gonna do that because I'm really a shy person, I'm not gonna do that, I'm not gonna say this. I'm not the same person that was 5 years ago or 10 years ago. That is not me. Why am I thinking like this? Even the time passed by, even the things changed, but it's still in my mind. Why? So why on earth should an old version of you decide what you're capable of today. Maybe you still carrying an old label that doesn't belong to you anymore, and well, I think that's time for you to question it. You know, and maybe the growth isn't about becoming a new person, creating a new personality, but it's removing all of the limitation that you used to have in the past. Thank you guys for watching it, and I hope that you enjoy it and found it really helpful. And if you did, do not forget to like and subscribe, and I see you in the next video.